Good morning, Firestorm family. We miss you around here on the ACU campus. Justine, it's great to see you, see your smile. We're all keeping a positive attitude in the midst of the craziness that's going on around us.
I'm really glad to see you, but we also need to maintain some good distance here. But we didn't want to remain distant on social media, and so we wanted to come to you and bring you some good news throughout the week, and that's kind of what we're planning on doing over the next couple of weeks.
I want to thank many of you for really taking this serious and for praying and encouraging families that have been touched by the disease, but also doing your part. Thank you for that.
And we're going to be doing our part to be able to bring you a little bit of the word during this really challenging time. So we have moved to online chapels, and which we're grateful for and have been going well. But we also wanted to serve even the general public by kind of just bringing you a little bit of the word and kind of going along with what we're doing in online chapel. So what are we doing in online chapel, and how are we going to kind of follow up with that?
Yes, we appreciate many of you jumping in with us by reading through the book of Philippians. When Paul wrote this book, his theme was joy in the midst of adverse circumstance. He wrote it from being under house arrest, so in some ways experiencing a little bit of what we're going through. And so I would encourage you to read paragraph by paragraph with us. We're going to go through it in detail in chapel and pull out principles and extract them and use them in our own lives so that we can grow in the faith during this tough time. My dad used to always say to me before his passing, the greater the challenge, the greater the reward. The greater the challenge, the greater the reward. We're in a tough challenge right now, but there's a big reward coming, and we don't want to miss the opportunities that we have right in front of us.
And if you maybe aren't a part of the Firestorm family, maybe you're somebody, a friend of the university or alumni, maybe you aren't a current student, but we wanted to make sure that you had the opportunity to be able to follow along with us through online chapel, and but follow along with us here in reading the book of Philippians. And so that's kind of what we're going through, and really focusing on joy in the midst of adverse circumstance. And why are we talking about joy right now?
Well, our theme this year in chapel was Restore the Joy. We had no idea when you and I talked and prayed about this at the beginning of the year, just exactly what was going to transpire. Most of you know we moved from the 20-acre property to the 68. A lot of changes here, and then a lot of the craziness that have gone on. But this has been a great year at ACU. God has really worked. A lot of recommitments to Christ, a lot of baptisms amongst our students. Many of our students are involved in service projects, even right now. Some of our students are giving blood, are involved with helping out at the St. Mary's Food Bank, are reaching to help the elderly in their complex at their apartments. We're trying to do our part in sharing the love of Christ and sharing hope in the midst of despair that many people are going through right now.
So I know that today we wanted to kind of focus on one specific passage of scripture within Philippians, and can you just go ahead and encourage us with that one passage of scripture, and then we'll be doing this continually throughout the next coming weeks so that you can kind of have an idea of where we are in the book of Philippians and kind of follow along with us.
Yeah, in chapter 2, I kind of smile when I think of this, of Paul being under house arrest and going through tough times. It's not an easy book to write on joy when you're going through some really tough times yourself. But he brought up in chapter 2 about do everything without whining and complaining, without arguing, without being what we would call today a negativity spreader. Be someone who's positive, that's encouraging, that knows that God's in control and that good will come from this bad. And his writing was great. He says, do everything without whining and complaining so that you might shine like stars, that you would stick out in the darkness, that people would be drawn to you and see the beauty of your Creator, that they would come to you and want help and want hope in the midst of all this, where we can pray with them and encourage them through this time. So we say today, have an awesome day, Firestorm family. Choose joy.
Choose joy, everybody.